For years now, companies have liked doing contests where they give away prizes and money. This may be from snacks, cereals, or fast food, or more. The prizes themselves may vary from video games to cars, free food, and much more. Many people would buy many of these products, hoping to win, only to be disappointed. After all, the chances of winning was always very slim. But if that person had a chance, why not you? Other prizes might be different and give you many things. There was the Gushers Redo Your Room sweepstakes, and many wanted to win. To this day, the winner has never been identified. Some winners are known while others remain in the dark, meaning who won the prize is unknown. But many people didn't care for the prizes. They wanted money. Some of these might have given away 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, or even 1,000,000. It was a nice way to win money, even though the chances of winning were slim. One well-known company that did this was McDonald's. In the late 80s and 90s, McDonald's had a sweepstakes, tied with Molopoly. If someone won, they could be a millionaire overnight. Or so it seemed. It was supposed to work that way, but it didn't. In reality, the mastermind behind this was the true winner until he was caught. This is a story of how a famous sweepstakes turned out to be fake. A scandal that ruined the man who planned it. This is the McDonald's Monopoly scandal. But before I begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications as well. Like with many companies, McDonald's wanted to do sweepstakes to increase customers. They knew if they offered money or prizes, people would come in, hoping they would be the lucky winner. The plan worked, as it did draw more people. Here's how it worked. The customer would purchase some food from McDonald's. This would include Big Mac boxes, large drinks, quarter pounders, etc. The customer would then peel off a game piece to reveal a prize or property from a Monopoly board. An instant win meant free food, electronics, movie tickets, and more. A property prize got a boardwalk, Park Place, Bostic Avenue, and more. In order to get the big prize, one would have to collect the entire set, just like on the board game. The Holy Grail was Boardwalk and Park Place, which could get someone as much as $1 million. Of course, one piece in each set was very rare. Despite the chances of winning being small, people loved it. Some people would even look in parking lots or dumpsters for pieces. It seemed McDonald's had a winner here. They got more customers, and the customers got to play a game which might make them a big winner. But what most didn't know was that one man was getting a lot of that prize money for years. A person who worked from the inside was rigging it. And he did it by doing his job. The promotion was handled by a company called Simon Marketing. They were supposed to make sure all went to plan with no fraud. To do that, they hired a man who they thought would be perfect. His name was Jerome Jacobson. He worked as security in the promotion. This gave him access to all the rare pieces. His job was to handle the rare pieces, escorting them from the printing facility, making sure that they were safely delivered where they would be placed on packaging, and making sure outsiders don't get it. The rare pieces were put into tamper-proof envelopes. He would escort the letters to the factories where they would be put on food packaging. At first, he played by the rules, doing it right, but soon he got greedy. He would find a way to steal them. He got duplicates of the tamper-proof stamps to put on the letters he opened. He would carefully open the envelopes that had the rare pieces, take it out, and place it with an ordinary piece, and reseal it with a new stamp. He would then keep the rare ones instead of sending them to the factories. Because he controlled it, he wasn't being watched closely. While a female worker did follow him around, he was able to do all this in the bathroom. Now, he needed to claim the money. But he couldn't claim it himself. It would look suspicious. So instead, he got some help. He gave the pieces to people he knew, such as friends, family, and acquaintances. Once they won, they would split the prize money with him. The people who won were told to act surprised and say they just got lucky. He also wanted them not to be in the media too much, in case someone noticed a connection or they said something that gave it away. Both he and the winner would get tons and thousands of dollars in the end. Around the same time, he met a man named Jerry Colombo. He was a member of the Mafia Colombia crime family. While he wasn't as involved as some family, he still had connections. He was able to get a strip club by passing it as a church. Jerry gets Colombo involved by giving him a Dodge Viper piece, which he accepts. He appears in a McDonald's commercial next, something he asked he wanted. Of course, he can't win again, as that would draw suspicion. So he looks for other people to win. It looks like the plan is working, and they will get away with it. However, this partnership would soon come to an end, when Colombo would be killed in a car crash. Without his top man, Jerry has to find new partners. He's able to find a few, but they aren't as reliable as Colombo was. They choose people who are closely connected to them far too often. For a decade now, the scam was going smoothly. But that's all about to change. In March of 2000, the FBI gets a call that the McDonald's Monopoly is a scam. The caller tells them that the man behind it is known as Uncle Jerry to the people he has helped. This doesn't narrow it down right away. However, they are able to get phone numbers of people who won in the past. After going over dozens of numbers, it goes down to one man named Jerome Jacobson. All these numbers have been on contact with him. The FBI thinks that can't be a coincidence. They get McDonald's to do the Monopoly to catch him red-handed. They make two prizes worth $1 million. One of them goes to a man named Michael Hoover. When they told him he won, they showed up at his door, acting like he did. Some FBI agents were dressed as if they worked for the company. Hoover said he was lucky and found the piece in a magazine, but just days later, he would be arrested. Many other people would be arrested in the upcoming days, including the man behind it himself, Jerome Jacobson. Now it was time to find out why he did all of it and how. Jerome and many other people involved in the scam were arrested. By 2001, 53 people were arrested for their part in the scam. This involved Jerome, people who helped him hand out the piece, and people who had pretended to have won. They were from all over the country, such as New York, Florida, Georgia, and New Jersey. The trial went to a U.S. District Court. It began on September 10th, 2001. Because so many people played, and that they were robbed of a chance to win, it did get some media coverage. But it would lose all coverage the next day, and pretty much become forgotten about. The defense attorneys tried to argue that the defendants didn't know the pieces were stolen. They said that the defendants knew that they were randomly won, but they believed the pieces came from inside promotional deals or marketing arrangements, not theft. While some were acquitted, most of the defendants pleaded guilty. They all got either fines or small prison sentences. Being the mastermind, Jerome got the most, with a $12 million fine and a 37-month prison sentence. He admitted that he started doing it when he worked as security in cyber marketing, and was hired to hand out the pieces legally. Many of the winners had to pay back the money they won. The scandal would become forgotten about, and everyone would eventually have normal lives again. But what about the game itself? After all this, could it stay, or would it have to be ended forever? While McDonald's had no acknowledgement in the scam itself, it was still embarrassing for them as they promoted it for years. All the people who bought food from there never really had a chance, like they thought, and might have lost trust in the company. McDonald's ended its relationship with Simon Marketing, did better on security, making sure they hired people they could trust, and adding more layers of verification for future promotions. They filed lawsuits against Simon Marketing, who eventually went down in 2009. The Monopoly game would be suspended for a while, as no one trusted it anymore. However, they would bring it back when the scandal would fade away years later. They would have new safeguards such as independent auctioning, cybersecurity teams, and more complex tracking of the game. While many do still play the game, it didn't get the same stats as it did in the 90s. Today, the US and other countries still promote the game from time to time. All the fake winners and people who gave out the pieces either paid their fines and were released from prison after doing their time. Jerome himself will be released too. Despite the $12 million fine, he is still rich, still living comfortably. With the scandal now being years ago and forgotten by some, he is just another face now. He doesn't have to worry about being harassed or anything. He was pretty lucky, all things considering. Years later, the scandal will be found out about again through documentaries. The scandal might be long gone, but its memory still lives on in true crime. The McDonald's Monopoly scandal was a way for many people to make easy money. Anyone would love to have a few $1,000 or more to pay bills, buy a new car, go on vacation, or anything else. For anyone who played, they thought they had a chance. They knew it was a low chance, but still a chance. Little did they know, most of them never had a chance. They would never win, no matter how much they played. If this game was a scandal, how many others were scandals? Did other companies have someone working from the inside, so they or people they knew could win? We never did find out who won the Gushers contest. Contests are supposed to be fun, but they are not as fun if you have no chance whatsoever. We all want that golden ticket. We all want to see the factory. But when someone cheats and keeps it all for themselves, then what's the point of looking for this ticket? The game goes on in a new form today, this time with no scams. As for Uncle Jerry, he eventually got his get out of jail card, but without him involved, everyone has a chance to win. Maybe even you.
Getting even cooler, step into a new beat. Got it tingling inside me and it's spreading to my feet. McDonald land is changing. Everything is rearranging. I can't sit still cause it's a beautiful day. And Ronald McDonald's got something to say. Now good morning in McDonald